Hi, it's Margaret with Marcus Way Yoga. I made this class with people in mind who might be new to yoga or who are really tense and tight, so much so that sitting on the floor might be challenging. So I really have you in mind if you're a hard worker and your muscles are stiff and you rarely take the time for yourself to sit down and breathe, then this is a great class for you. So please join me. For today's practice, we're going to use a couch cushion, which is so big and comfy, and there's a firmness to it that's going to be really helpful for us in our yoga class today. Right now, I'm sitting completely on top of the cushion. My ankles are cross-legged, and I'm leaning up against a wall if possible. This is such a great way for us to begin our class in deep comfort. If your legs do not feel comfortable crossed at the ankle like this, you can always extend one leg long off of the cushion. Some other options might be sitting on additional pillows and blankets. But we want a nice little firm situation going on, nothing too soft. So a couch cushion is a great option here. And we're just going to take a really big, full, deep breath in and a really deep and full breath out. Big breath in, big breath out. Good. Deep inhale for 1, 2, 3, and then exhale 2, 3. Inhale 2, 3, exhale 2, 3. Inhale 2, 3, exhale 2, 3. Inhale 2, 3, exhale 2, 3. Good. Relax. Let your breath be normal. Resituate yourself if you're feeling like you're not optimal. Take some time here to readjust and get more comfortable. And lean back a little bit into your seat bones or the wall, your support if you're using a wall. You could even use the side of your couch to lean up against is a nice option. Settle in through your seat bones. Okay, we're gonna breathe again. This time we're gonna count to 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 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 4. Awesome job. Relax. Check in with how you're feeling. Perhaps there's adjustments to be even more comfortable. Maybe you want to switch the cross of your legs or extend your other leg long if you're feeling like the blood flow is stopping and you need to change things up a little bit. We're going to breathe one more time together. This time we're going to count to 5 and then we'll do some stretches. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it all go. Let out a nice big sigh. Relax your shoulders down your back. Relax the skin of your face. Let's take a moment here of mindfulness. Just being aware of the present moment. If your eyes were closed, we can kind of blink our eyes open and get ready for some stretches. To come into our first stretch, we want to scoot ourselves so that we're at the very edge of our cushion and bring the soles of our feet together off of our cushion on the floor. This may pull you away from a wall or the back or side of your couch. So we're supporting ourselves up now freely, using a little bit of core strength, not much of course. And you can rest your hands and your arms on your thighs or your knees. And you can even take your hands in front of you. And now I did pull a blanket nearby, so I have that ready to go for our next pose. But we're just gonna breathe here for a moment as we release any tightness or tension through the inner thighs and the hips. Notice if you're gripping at all and see if you can just let go a little bit. Let the density of your legs be carried towards your support. So your support should be holding up the backs of your thighs for the most part. And the distance of our seat from our feet is going to help us in this posture as we sit nice and high up on our big old couch cushion. Let's just take 3 more breaths here. I like to close my eyes, but of course you can stay alert and open as you do these postures. Big breath in and out, and we'll just do that big breath one more time. Let's take a little fold forward here. We can take our hands to the feet or the floor maybe, and just take a little bow. And your arms can support you like 2 strong pillars. So as we fold and let go, we can let our arms really support us so we don't feel like we're gonna overexert ourselves or stretch too much. So don't be afraid to really use your arms here for support. Let's hold this for 5 breaths. This is a pose called bound angle. One more big breath in and out. And we'll very slowly come on up, out of that fold. Sit up nice and tall. We're gonna keep our left heel in and extend the right leg long. This is why I have my cushion here for my heel. You may not need that. And you're just gonna kind of wiggle from side to side, getting nice and comfy. Figure out where that foot and ankle need to be for comfort. and just sort of aim yourself over your right leg a little bit. Once again, we'll find a nice tall heart here. So our heart is lifting, which if you can imagine the shoulders drawing down and back, and if there was a string attached to your heart to the ceiling, that's what gets lifted. So there's a chest lift. We'll take one more big breath in and out here. And then let's fold over our right leg. You can take your hands towards the shin or the ankle. And lead once again with your heart as much as you can. But also remember to let go and surrender a little bit. This is for us to not try so hard, to just melt. And as we stay and breathe here, you may find that you're able to reach a little bit further in time, and maybe not today, but maybe the next several times you practice this class. Let's take 3 more long breaths. And we'll slowly come on up, really slow. Find that lifted heart. And we're going to twist towards your bent knee. Take your right hand to your left knee and gaze behind you with your left hand, reaching back for support. Gazing over the left shoulder, we'll twist for 3, 2, 1. Good. Come on back to center. So now we'll switch legs. We're going to take our left leg long and pull our right heel in. Figure out where that foot needs to be for comfort for you, and slightly aim your belly button over the left leg. Relax through both feet, and then we'll take a fold forward. Reaching with your hands, folding and letting go for several breaths. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's take one more deep breath in and out. And we'll slowly lift ourselves up out of that. Coming back to center. Pause for a moment. And then we'll twist. Take your left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you, and gaze over that right shoulder. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to center. And we'll bring both of our feet directly in front of us. Scooch a little bit closer to your heels and wrap your arms around your legs and drop your head for just a moment as we kind of curl up into a ball here. Just giving yourself a really big squeeze, seeing how small we can make ourselves. Your head may not be able to rest on the knees, and of course that's fine. If you want, you can even take your forearms to the tops of the knees and then drop your head on top of your forearm or wrist, and that's going to help us create this ball shape with a little bit more support. So this is another great option here. And then maybe as you take several breaths there, you're able to really wrap your arms around the lower half of your legs, but maybe not, maybe not. Let's stay for 5 nice long breaths. Okay, come on out of that. Lift yourself up nice and slow. Lift your heart once again. And then we're just going to take our right ear to the right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. Take your chin up and back. And then drop your chin to your chest. And lift the chin. Let's take a moment here to resituate our things. We don't need a blanket anymore, and we're just going to stand up and put our cushion in front of us. So we're standing up with the cushion in front of us. If you want, you can be against a wall like I am, with our feet about a foot in front of us. We can lean against the wall. And if you don't have a wall to lean on, that's fine. Just stand up nice and tall. I'm gonna lean. And from here, we're just going to slowly walk our hands all the way down our legs until we're able to rest our hands on our cushion. Now, if the cushion is still too far away, you can always put more pillows and blankets on your cushion. And you can always use your legs. So if you don't have anything else available, just rest your hands on your legs. And we're in forward fold now. We'll hold this for, let's do 10 nice long breaths. Let your head get nice and heavy. You can kind of shake it yes and no here. Notice what that does for your shoulders. We've got 5 more breaths. 5 more. From here, we'll slowly roll up, just as slowly as we went down. You can bend your knees slightly and just walk your hands up those legs. Push yourself up until you're nice and tall. If you're leaning against the wall, take your shoulders into the wall and then finally your head. And maybe we're just standing up really slow. And we'll just pause here, resting as the blood might be rushing a little bit. And we'll pause for 3, 2, 1. Wake yourself up from that rest. Pull yourself off the wall if you need to. And we're going to come down onto our knees on our cushion. And we may want added support here. So I'm using a stool in front of me. If you have something to put your hands on for our low lunge, that might be really helpful for you here, but I'm sure you'll figure it out no matter what you've got going on at home. We're putting our knees on our cushion here, and our toes are curled underneath us for just a moment as we sit on the heels. For 3, 2, 1. And we're going to step our left foot forward off of the cushion in front of us and then sink into a deep low lunge. You can kind of walk your knee back. You can let your foot relax. And this is where our stool or support comes in handy. Maybe you have a folding chair, a kitchen chair. And we'll hold this for 5 breaths. Awesome. Curl your toes under behind you. Step that foot forward and then take your other foot back. And we'll drop our knee onto our cushion. You can keep the toes curled under or simply release the foot. And we'll hold our low lunge for 5 breaths. Curl the toes under behind you. Step your foot forward. Let's inhale, halfway lift. We push our thigh bones away from us and lengthen our own spine here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let's do a fold forward. Maybe we found support. We've got some support in front of us, maybe a little bit higher than our cushion. And we'll take one more forward fold today. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll slowly roll on up, bend the knees, roll on up. Lift your heart, open your palms, and then we're going to interlace our fingers together. And taking our hands behind our head now. And we're going to lean back and look up for a really big opening and expansion through the shoulders and the heart. Let's hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, big inhale, exhale, relax. We'll pause in mountain pose for 3 breaths. And then we're going to come to lie down. So your comfiest lying down position, whatever that looks like for you. So in yoga, we always love to end with Shavasana, and I've built for myself a little nest to get comfy in. I have a pillow for my head, and I'm using my cushion for the lower half of my legs today. So we can lie down with our legs up on our cushion and something under our head, and maybe we wrap ourselves up in a blanket. You can take your hands to your belly or to the floor. I'm going to recommend we take our hands to our belly today. Let's do some deep breathing. Notice your belly rising and falling with breath. And we're going to stay in this really restful, comfortable position for about 15 nice, long breaths. I'll let you enjoy this peace and quiet for yourself. No more effort, no more trying. Just relaxing and letting go. Notice if you're gripping or holding on still. Let go. Let go. And let go. You deserved this break today. Thank your body, thank your mind, thank your soul. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.